everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm LIMA and today I'll be talking about some fragrances that are very special to me. Of course they smell amazing, in my opinion of course, but they have a very special place in my heart because I already had some great moments, great memories attached to these fragrances, and that's why they are very special. And two of them, one it's niche and the other one is designer. You will see, I will explain everything. One, well, made me discover the designer fragrances. The other, it was my very first purchase in the niche realm of things, and it was my very first purchase of niche that I was totally blown away. But well, let's start then talking about a fragrance from the house of MUGLER, and it is Pure HAVANE. This one right here. I already talked about Pure HAVANE a couple of times, and I simply love this tobacco, this sweet cherry tobacco fragrance from the house of MUGLER. Wonderful. And this tobacco fragrance, well, this is a fragrance that completely blew my mind. When I first tried this one, it was 3-4 years ago. I tried Pure HAVANE. I already had La Nuit de l'Homme, I already had Mont Blanc Individual, but this one was the fragrance that made me discover and be very interested in discovering the design of fragrances, to dive deep into this hobby. I still love this one. Perfect for fall. Of course, it was featured on my top 10 best fall fragrances. I'll leave the link here so you can check that video out. Pure HAVANE, it's wonderful. Still love this one. And I also made a comparison video between Pure HAVANE and Naxos by JOAO. I will always have a very special place for Pure HAVANE in my collection, and of course in my heart as well. The next fragrance now, because we are talking about our first times, or my first times, we'll talk about the fragrance from the house of CARNER Barcelona, and it is Palo Santo. This one right here. Palo Santo and Costarella, they were my very first purchases, niche fragrances in my collection. But this one, I love Costarella, but this one was in a different league. Costarella, it's a fresh, salty with a sand accord, which is quite unique actually, but this one, it's sweet, it has a warm milk accord, it has gaiac wood, it's wonderful, it's waxy. It's a gourmand fragrance, so realistic. It's a realistic warm milk accord in here. I absolutely love this one. Palo Santo blew my mind when I first tried this one. Of course, being my very first niche fragrance, it's very special to me. The performance isn't incredible, but I still love the scent inside. Palo Santo by CARNER Barcelona, it's wonderful, perfect for the fall time and also winter. It's very cozy, very warm, and perfect for date night scenarios. It's delicious, simply delicious, with a woody, creamy, woody undertone. Palo Santo by CARNER Barcelona. Next fragrance, it's from the house of MAISON KURKDJIAN, and it is Grand Soir. This one right here. Very special. I just wear this fragrance when I'm with my girlfriend. She loves this one, it's her favorite fragrance, and I just wear this when I'm next to her. It's such special moments we already shared, and every time I take a quick sniff on Grand Soir, I instantly go back to our moments. It's simply wonderful. I love this amber. It's very simplistic, but it's so sexy, so romantic. This is the definition of a romantic fragrance. Love this one. It's a sweet vanillic labdanum with your typical amber accord, but the vanilla in here, it's so smooth and sweet, but not overly sweet. I mean, you really need to try this one for yourself. It's very simplistic, very linear, but yet so romantic. It's so warm, it's cozy, it's delicious. It's a delicious amber, it's very edible. Grand Soir by MAISON KURKDJIAN. has a very special place in my heart, and I will always cherish this beautiful amber scent. Maison Francis KURKDJIAN Grand Soir. Next, it's a fragrance from the house of Tom Ford from their private collection, and it is Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille, guys. I still love this one so much. Well, I love all these fragrances. That's why I have them in my collection in the first place. But Tobacco Vanille was the reason why I discovered niche fragrances at first place. Yes, this is not technically a niche fragrance, no, but when I discovered this one, I was in Vilnius, actually, in Lithuania with my girlfriend. When she tried this one, I tried this one, it was back in 2017, a couple of years ago, and she tried this one. She was completely blown away. She loved it. She still does. She loves this one so much, like I do. And that store, I'm trying to remember the name of the store, but yeah, I can't remember. But nonetheless, that store had all the private collection of Tom Ford, and then they have niche fragrances. They had a lot of niche fragrances, and so that's why I never heard of those brands before. So I started to dive into and tried those fragrances, and I was, wow, niche perfumery, what is this? It was mind-blowing, and this one was my getaway, and still is. I mean, in a way, I love this one. I have also incredible moments spent with Tobacco Vanille alongside my girlfriend. This is a spicy vanilla tobacco fragrance. It is one of the OGs of the private collection of Tom Ford, and it's still wonderful. Fantastic performance, at least on my skin. From here, you have a lot of wannabe Tobacco Vanille, but for me, there's only one Tobacco Vanille, and that is from Tom Ford. And last, but certainly not least, this is a tie, and I will explain to you why. They both are designer fragrances, and they are Dior Homme Parfum, and again Tom Ford, but this one is Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. As you can see, I already wore these two a lot. These two fragrances are my closest signature scents. I have almost 200 fragrances, and I consider this almost my signature fragrances. This one for me, it's, if not the best, one of the best signature fragrances out there, and this one as well. I mean, Dior Homme, you have the iris, the cocoa in here. You have, yes, that makeup lipstick accord or impression, but I love this one. It's not overbearing. And of course, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. This one was my very first Tom Ford purchase, and this is the reason why I love vetiver. I love the note of vetiver, and it's all thanks to Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. Why these two fragrances? Well, I work in an office environment. I work in a law firm. I'm a lawyer or an advocate, advogado, like you want to call it. And I work in a law firm, of course. And recently I was promoted as a junior partner, and these two fragrances were, if not the most worn fragrances that I wear in the office, one of or two of the most worn fragrances for the office environment, at least for me. And every time I take a quick sniff of these fragrances, I remember the tough days, the happy days, the bad days, the good days in the office, and all led to junior partner position, which I always wanted. And let's see how everything will go from this position, but well, I hoped for the best, of course. But these two represent hard work, smart work, of course, and great moments, great memories. Some bad or not so good moments, but it's always good to have those not so good moments to learn, to grow up a bit. So I always will be cherrying these two fragrances, Dior Homme Eau de Toilette and Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford, the Eau de Parfum concentration. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what are your most special fragrances, the fragrances that means a lot to you, and see you in the next video. Take care guys. Ciao.